Good evening everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Tuesday the 18th of February 2025 and tonight we're off back to the International Stadium. It is Gateshead versus Sutton United in the National League. So I'm in Gateshead and going into this game this evening, Sutton are in 12th place in the National League table, so exactly in mid-table. This is their first year back in the National League after a 3-year stint in the Football League. Maybe haven't pulled up any trees so far, but then again I think they are possibly even in the middle of a bit of a rebuilding process, so maybe the season hasn't been a disaster for them, and they're not in terrible form just now. As I mentioned in a couple of videos previously, do have a player that's scoring goals for them just now in Will Davis, a player that scored against us for York last season. I think he had a loan spell at Bromley as well, so we're going to have to keep tabs on him tonight. But based on what fans of other clubs have told me about Sutton from their recent games against them, I'm expecting a battle tonight, put it that way. They have been maybe known to be quite physical. Some fans of other clubs accusing them of being a little bit dirty, but you know what, we've just got to adapt to that and make sure we impose our game on them. And we're coming into this game in 5th place in the National League table following Saturday's 1-0 loss against Altrincham. The result was frustrating, but I think in terms of the overall performance in the second half at least, there's things that we can maybe take forward into this game that were positives, and hopefully with a bit more execution we'll be a bit more clinical with our chances tonight. It was interesting, Carl Magna's interview after that game, maybe slightly hinting that we may opt to go with two up top, whether that be in this game or any of the upcoming games, because I think we looked a lot more like sharper in that situation. I think Javon Malcolm's looking a lot more confident now. He's looking a lot sharper. He's looking like he's got a lot more chance in him. I think the fact that there is another forward now at the club and the weight's not entirely on his shoulders is probably something that can help him a little bit, and I really hope it does. This game tonight, I think at the very least it's a must not lose for us. I think from the 2 games this week, Sutton tonight, then a trip to Solihull on Saturday, I think 4 points is probably what we need realistically, given the fact we have only won one in the last 8, I think it is. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't drive it. If you're wanting promotion, then your form's got to be a lot better than that. At the minute we are still clinging on to a spot which would ensure us a home game in the playoff eliminators, which is good obviously, but it's pretty safe to say that there are quite a few teams now pretty hot on our heels, so it's important that we regroup and make sure that we get back to the Gateshead that people have come to know over the last few years. I think that's maybe been missing in recent weeks. I think, in all fairness, the effort has definitely been there in each of the games, but a lot of the time it has just been about the execution and one or two naiveties at the back. I know there's been quite a bit of a turnover of players in recent weeks due to injuries and players leaving and that sort of thing, so maybe a pretty bad time. There is a bit of a gelling process going on. I mean, obviously if these kind of things were happening pre-season, I'd probably just draw a blind eye to it, but I think at this time, we really need to start steering the results back in the right direction again. And you look at it over the next 10 games or so, this next 10 games will determine us more than the last 6 will, in my opinion, because you look at it, there's a lot of games thrown in there against sides that whose chances of getting the playoffs are maybe outside at best, and a lot of other sides that are in the, sort of deep rooted in the bottom half, maybe even in a bit of a relegation battle. A lot of games against those sorts of teams at home, so it's really down to us now to take the initiative that's been put before us here, and you look at like what's amongst our last 6 games of the season. Within the space of 4 games, we've got Barnet away, we've got Forest Green away, we've got York at home. So that is as brutal as it gets in terms of a run of fixtures. But if we can go into those in decent form, then you just never know. And you know what? If we can get a bit of form going, we might even pull some points back on those sides. I mean, I'm not expecting to break into that top 3 now, if I'm being totally honest, and I think the primary target has to be a 4th or 5th place. But as we say, it was a disappointing one on Saturday, but it's over now, and we just got to quickly move on to this one tonight. So let's head on down to the International Stadium and find out how it all unfolds.
Let's go to the club. All supporters are reminded that Gateshead is an inclusive.
So the team's warming up as Sutton getting ready. This half going to be in amber and chocolate, I think it's called officially. Yeah, that is the club's nickname for some reason. And Gateshead are going ready over there. Of course, we are going to be in the white and black on the strip as we are for all home games. Anyway, I'll see you when the players come out of the tunnel and ready to start the match. Go on, Hannah. Shoot!
Not a dark enough blue though, it's a poor attempt.
Come on.
Diving header.
Go on.
Go on!
Go on!
Yeah!
Come on! Gang! Gang! Come on! Last finish that. Oh, go on! Go on! Oh, okay. Great ball. Go on.
You don't have to do it all yourself.
Oh! Keep it up.
That's why you need 2 up front.
Go on. Oh!
Overhead kick. Based on how unprepared they were, must have been the day after he died. They had cheese and onion sandwiches wrapped in 20 film. That was a catering.
Go on.
Go on!
Oh!
Shoot! Shoot!
Oh!
Selfish man. He's confident he's won it back. Shoot! Third time it's Jovan.
Yeah! Come on!
Go back is the right! Go back is the right! Go! Go! Get set!
38 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah!
That's it! Oh shit, man! Yeah, another goal, it's our own doing.
Yes, sir, right here, boy.
Hello, man.
As the half-time whistle blows.
Half-time, Gateshead 2, Sutton United 1. The first 35 minutes of that game was probably some of the best football I've seen us play in quite a long time, and that was reflected in us having a deserved 2-0 lead. We just looked so confident in moving the ball, in trying to create chances and break down quite a solid Sutton backline, which we obviously managed to do on 2 occasions. But after the second goal, we just became a bit too sloppy, to be quite honest, and that was shown with the goal that Sutton pulled back right before half-time. It was unfortunate what happened to George Shelvey, and I do hope that he's not out for too long, because he does look a very sturdy goalkeeper, but we need to wake up again, otherwise we're in serious risk of throwing this game away when we're in so much control of it. So I think we just like the half-time whistle maybe even came at a good time for us. Just really need to regroup, just like try and get back to what we were doing right in the opening 35 minutes, which was a hell of a lot, and just see if we can see this out for the 3 points, because if we can get them, it would be a very, very big 3 points, put it that way. I was obviously thinking I was going to be coming down here and doing this bit and be like, I've no sort of criticisms even slightly to say about it, but that end to the first half left me with a couple of questions, 1 or 2 concerns, but hopefully in the second half we can go on and put those right.
Come on, lad, don't fuck it up. Who? We go! Get out! Where the hell? Fuck off, man!
This has been absolutely shocking.
What the fuck are we doing on? How the fuck did that bitch off there? The first shot. Fuck me. That's a good shit. Come on, Jim! Come on! Goalkeeper was all over. Hit him, man! One is one lead. Oh, let it go! Far too easy, Gateshead! What's up? We think of it easy. Shoot! That's an extra time. Yeah, as it stands. Shoot! Oh, yeah! You need to stop betting like this, Lee. You're going to be £5 down on Saturday anyway. There we go, better on you. Clean up. Get it out! Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman's on. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this game. 4 minutes. Cheers, kid. From town against Gosport Borough. Superhero man! Superhero man! One! Oh well! Should have shot. Pick it up! Superhero man! Ali, 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 oh! Ali, 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 oh! Gateshead FC! Superhero man! Blue yard! Red! That's got to be time! Are we a referee? Yeah! Come on! Get in! One of those games just can't legislate for. I know I am, I'm sure I am, Gateshead till I die, Gateshead till I die, Gateshead till I die, I know I am, I'm sure I am, Gateshead till I die. Come on! Get in!
Full-time Gateshead 4, Sutton United 3. One of those games that you quite simply cannot legislate for. It was just absolutely extraordinary, wasn't it? Just one of those batshit mental games of football. Like for the first 35 minutes, there's not a team in the league that would have got anywhere near us. So we were just absolutely brilliant. But then for the next 35 minutes after that, we were absolute shite. Yeah, Sutton turning the game on its head completely. They went back into the second half with a lot of momentum, started on the front foot, got the equaliser, then went ahead with the first of two absolutely mental goals in the game tonight. The player obviously trying his luck from very, very long range and finding the back of the net, and from there we rode the cusp of a wave really. We were in some respects maybe a little bit lucky to still be in the game. Then we get an equaliser through Luke Cannon, just an absolutely obscene volley from outside the box and into the back of the net, and from there we were in the ascendancy for a few minutes and managed to get our noses in front. A good move finished off by Jack Rolls, who appeared to give one of the Sutton players a little bit of stick after he'd scored that one. Then the last 10 minutes, for a lot of it we were hanging on quite a bit, but I'm obviously thankful that we managed to cling on and get the 3 points, because I think that was the main thing above all else tonight, and maybe takes the pressure off of Saturday's game a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I think I don't think that 35 minutes where we were absolutely awful can go ignored, because there's a lot that needs to be worked on sort of in that spell. I think defensively, yet again, we did look shaky tonight. We did concede 3 goals, but obviously we're on the right end of the scoreline, a little bit like that Hartlepool game on Boxing Day, wasn't it? I think every so often you get a game where you just can't really explain why it ended up being the way it was, and I think that was definitely one of them tonight. Just one of those crazy games that you get once in a blue moon, but I think both sides played their part in that. As we said, we were excellent for the first 35 minutes. Sutton were excellent for the next 35 minutes after that. I mean, I know I can criticise our performance in that spell, and I think I'm within my rights too, because to be quite honest, I was absolutely livid throughout that spell, just at how badly we'd sort of capitulated, but we found a way through, and there's maybe even that sort of thing that could really breed a lot of confidence in us going into the remaining games this season. There's still 15 games left or something like that. Still a lot of points to play for, so we have got to take it one game at a time. But just glad to have got that home win out of the way. Obviously, as I said at the end of Saturday's video, the home form seems to have tailed off a little bit. So nice to finally get a home win under our belts, and on a personal level, happy belated first win of 2025 to myself. So yeah, onwards we go to Solihull on Saturday, which is going to be another good test for us. I think they'll maybe have a fire in their belly when they're coming up against us. Obviously, if what happened at Wembley wasn't bad enough for them, obviously there was that last minute goal they conceded at our place back in October. So yeah, they'll really want to get one over on us, but it's obviously down to us to go down there and they're putting a performance, because obviously they're not in good form at the minute. I think there's a bit of unrest. I think a lot of the fans aren't happy with the new manager, etc. So it's going to be an interesting game on Saturday. But for the first time on the channel, at least, we are heading down to Damson Park. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Friday night with another game from Northern League Division 1 and another game from the Calvert Stadium. It is Northallerton Town versus Borough Rangers. So while we're on the subject of mentality, that Northallerton win last Tuesday took a lot of mentality, and they're going to need that of a similar nature, mentality of a similar nature on Friday to get a result out of that one. But can they do it? Check back Friday to find out. But until then, take care. Cheers for watching. See you later.